And then there were four. After the divisional round this past weekend, the four best teams in the NFL just confirmed what we've known all season. They're a cut above the rest of the league. No wild card team making a run, no Minnesota Miracle to lead them to the next round. Just the top two teams in each conference, setting us up for a thrilling finish. But before we even get to those teams, let's first break down our latest NFL Power Rankings brought to you by IHOP. Number 10, the Seattle Seahawks. After their run game proved to be useless against the Cowboys defense, Seahawks quarterback Russell Wilson did everything he could to keep up with the Dallas Cowboys in the wild card round, but ultimately they fell one score short. Still, however, they managed to grab the 5th seed and claw their way into the playoffs for the 7th time this decade. Number 9, the Bears. Like the Seahawks, the Bears fell short in the wild card round, but the difference is Chicago lost because of a few inches. The missed field goal that hit the upright and the crossbar will go down as one of the most heartbreaking moments in Bears history. However, there's no doubt the Bears and their new head coach will be ready and be back next year. Number 8, the Los Angeles Chargers. The Chargers were able to punch their ticket to the divisional round thanks to a close win over the Ravens, but then after going 9-0 on the road this season, they traveled to New England and things got ugly, very ugly. Despite the double-digit loss, the Chargers finished the regular season tied with Kansas City for the top record in the AFC and proved Phillip Rivers still has a lot more left in the tank. Number 7, the Philadelphia Eagles. Out of the 4 divisional games, the Eagles and the Saints were the most thrilling one, and that's because the Eagles were the only underdog this weekend who even had a chance at the end of the game. Unfortunately for Philly, though, the ball slipped right through Alshon Jeffrey's hands, crushing all hopes of a return to the Super Bowl. Number 6, the Indianapolis Colts. Even though the Colts ran into the buzzsaw that is Kansas City, they still finished the season 10-6 while clinching a wild card berth and making it to the second round of the AFC playoffs. Coming in at number 5 this week, the Dallas Cowboys. Saturday's loss to the Rams was a disappointing end to what was otherwise a great season for America's team. Battling their way back from 3-5, the Cowboys gave Jerry Jones and their fan base hope that an NFC championship and maybe even a Super Bowl could be possible. Yet they were still unable to do what the moment demanded of them and collapsed on both sides of the ball. Cowboys, however, are a very young team, and thanks to some moves they made earlier in the season, they're not going anywhere anytime soon. At number 4, the New England Patriots. Moments after the Pats dismantled the Chargers, quarterback Tom Brady was quoted saying, "Everyone thinks we suck and we can't win games." Well, here's a news flash for you, Brady. Nobody thinks that. And I promise you the Chiefs won't think that going into the AFC Championship this weekend. Speaking of the Chiefs, Kansas City stays put at number 3 in our power rankings. The Colts seemed like they stood a chance of knocking off a 12-win team, but then Patrick Mahomes took the field. The former Texas Tech quarterback finished the game with 278 passing yards and no scores, but maybe he was saving them all up for this weekend against the Patriots. Number 2, the top team in the NFC, the Los Angeles Rams. There was a good amount of skepticism going into the game against the Cowboys. They hadn't played in a couple weeks. They had one of the worst rushing defenses in the league. Well, none of that proved to be true. The Rams showed up and looked like the team that started the season 8-0, running all over the Dallas defense and then some. In turn, sets us up for a Saints and Rams rematch. New Orleans stays put as the top team in our power rankings, and even though the scoreboard may not have indicated how thoroughly the Saints handled Philly Sunday, the energy in the Superdome made a comeback seem inevitable, which may just be the deciding factor in the NFC Championship this weekend.
Tonight's NFL Power Rankings are brought to you by IHOP.